And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Some final preparations here. Welcome everyone to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their rotation.
Missing a valued contributor. That can be a challenge. Now we'll see how they overcome it.
And now the Indiana Pacers starters. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Nesmith and Siakam are the forwards. And it's Turner in at the center position. And for the Cavaliers, Strus at small forward with Mobley next to him. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. And it's Allen in at the center position. All right, Doris, how about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
Now here's Halliburton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires it from 18. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
Pass to Allen. Mobley against Siakam. Garland up top. Can't connect from short range.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Tyrese Halliburton at the line for 2.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Halliburton.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Here's Garland. Three-pointer. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Indiana ahead. They lead by 2. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. All right, guys, let me get your thoughts on the Pacers and how they're playing so far.
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
And this is why coaches say be aggressive. As long as you're playing smart, good things tend to happen, even if you're on the road.
And here comes Cleveland on the court for the Pacers. Second quarter underway. Nesmith and Siakam are the forwards. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. And it's Turner in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for Indiana. Pass to Turner. Outside Nesmith. Here's Nembhard. Indiana needs to get a shot off. He got it. Halliburton nails the 3.
Oh, what confidence to take this kind of shot. On the road, late game scenario, what a sequence.
Halliburton against Garland. Outside Strus. The rebound by Nesmith. Halliburton outside. Outside Nesmith. Three-pointer off the mark. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Indiana ahead. They're up by 2. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, I'm here with Coach Rick Carlisle. A hot start. Coach, what did you like about this team's execution offensively?
We were making some shots. We moved the ball well at times. You've got to be careful about having the ball stick when they're doing their switching.
Good luck with the ball movement in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. And, folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot. Two back. Let's hear it for the participant.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Boy, you gotta like what Tyrese Halliburton has done in this game.
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Mitchell on the wing with Strus. And it's Garland in at the 1. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Well, you look at Evan Mobley, Doris. So agile for his size.
This is a young man, Brian, with so much upside. Defensively, he can guard on the perimeter, slides his feet, keeps his balance, contests without fouling, and he's growing every repetition on the offensive end. I can't wait to see his future.
Free throw good, Mobley. And Doris, who can forget the 2016 Cavs? The team that brought Cleveland their first NBA title.
And not just basketball. The city hadn't won a championship, BA, in any sport for over 50 years. And for LeBron, a homegrown talent, to do that with Kyrie, that is a team that will always have a special place in Northeast Ohio lore.
And both free throws good for Mobley.
In a tight game, this is who they want taking these shots.
Nembhard outside. Back to Halliburton. Turner, a screen on Garland. Halliburton, the pass to Nembhard. Takes it inside. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2-point game. 16 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. The shot's good. Garland's got his first bucket in this one.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And Indiana looking at who they've got. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. And it's Neesmith in at the 3 slot. Now here's Halliburton. Over Garland. And it's good.
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys.
Get on your feet and make some noise for your Cleveland Cavaliers Dream Team.
Check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. Coach was blunt with his assistant. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
Well, the toughness of Darius Garland on display. Wants to finish through contact and get the bucket.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page.
All right, fans, it's dance band time. Get ready to dance like everyone's watching. Dancing machine. Dance. It's time to get up and get loud.
Siakam finds Halliburton. Back to Siakam. Nembhard outside. Over Mitchell. The shot by Nembhard, no good. And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO.
Get loud, fans. On the court, your hot squad. Who wants a t-shirt? You know what to do. Make some noise. Make some noise. Let's go.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Garland. Oh, off target. And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Fans, get loud. Free t-shirts are coming your way if you're in the final section. Let's hear you. Make some noise.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Halliburton, the pass to Demhart. Now here's Siakam. Over Mobley. It's off. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. And it's the Pacers to start out. No shortage of excitement here as we're officially underway in overtime. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. And it's Strus in at the small forward.
You know, we talk about length defensively. Siakam's so long offensively, trying to get a challenge on him. You are often going to put him at the line.
Take a break. 2 seconds.
He drops the first one, and that gives him a lead. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
They're ahead for now, but that miss could come back to bite them.
Well, if you don't stay in front and you allow him room to drive, you will pay the consequence. Donovan Mitchell with authority.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here.
For your Cavs powerhouse dance team. Let's make some noise. We are the sixth man.
Here's Neesmith. Count it!
This is when you need a defensive presence, but it's just not happening.
It seems to me a lack of effort and a lack of communication, and it's happening to both sides here late in the game.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances.
Look who it is, man. It's your Cleveland Cavaliers Scream Team.
Pass to Garland. And it's in.
Tremendous balance and body control. Darius Garland, no stranger to finishing inside.
To the middle. Oh, they get a hand on it. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play.
Defensive foul. Tyrese Halliburton. His first personal, first team foul. At the line for your Cavaliers, Darius Garland. Shooting, 1.
That's good from Garland.
That and one is huge, making this now a 2-possession game.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. to Neesmith. Here's Siakam. Cash! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
He wants the ball, has a flair for the dramatic, unfazed in big situations. Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
At the line for your Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell taking 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And Halliburton has got the ball here for Indiana. Kicks it out to Siakam. Off target from downtown. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Third team foul. At the line for your Cavaliers, Jarrett Allen. 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he can't make the second free throw either. Missed them both.
The whole arena knows they need a 3 to force another overtime.
And so the big win by Cleveland in a tight game. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took just to get to the extra period, and then their surge at the end.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Russell is out there with Cam Thomas. And it's Williams at the 3. And for Boston, the post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Holiday in at the point. Well, both these teams, of course, Greg, strong and rebounding. Should be a battle out there.
Nothing easy in the paint, Kevin. Both front courts will be fighting for every possession when they miss.
Now, here is Holiday. Over in the corner, White. Just 5 on the clock. A wide open look here for Porzingis. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Thomas against White. And stolen by White. And now White pushing it up and no one back to stop him. And White with the stuff.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition and making sure they convert.
Finishing strong.
Pass to Russell. Claxton sets the screen for Russell. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Porzingis.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game.
Claxton, 2 shots.
First free throw is good. He's off on the second. Tatum, that's for 2. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock. Nice way to end a quarter.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Celtics. They lead by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. It's a 3-point game. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Thomas, no luck.
That's just the bucket play that you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
First step by Tatum, then look out.
Holiday against Russell. Johnson outside. He's looking for Russell and finds him. Some solid defense from Brown.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Pass to Tatum. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Nick Claxton. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for 2, Jason Tatum.
First one falls for him. And so Tatum nails them both. That'll do it for the first half. Celtics lead by 7. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Here with Jason Tatum. You have been rolling early. How did you get in that rhythm?
Just staying aggressive. Just continue to get in the gym and see something go in. It feels good to see him go in early. And so good to have us have a good start. Hopefully we keep it up.
Yeah, it was flowing great in that first half, Jay. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's just that good. You can plan for him, but he just makes great adjustments on the fly.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Down in the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Thomas is out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Williams at the 3. Tatum down low. Johnson on him. Tatum's shot is off.
Yeah, and he had to be tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Deflects the pass. Stolen by Holiday. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 7. Claxton a screen on White. To the middle. Claxton with the bucket.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Here's Tatum. Oh, and he got it to go!
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
Yeah, that's 1-100 type shot. But hey, that is why you just throw it up there.
The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Celtics up 8. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next.
Who's ready for
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And the Celtics with possession here. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. The small and power forwards. The star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Thomas. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Now Thomas. Good D by Holiday. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
It drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth, and he commits the intentional foul.
first personal foul, first team foul.
Twelve seconds left in the fourth quarter, and that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul, second team foul. At the line for the Celtics, Drew Holiday. At the line for 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good. It's a 7-point game.
Taking full advantage of his opportunities at the line to extend their lead.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're down by 7. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
With timeouts, it's use them or lose them. So why not go down fighting?
Right now for Celtics Entertainment.
equipment.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thomas, no luck.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
So it's the Celtics picking up the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much, Jason. It was a struggle last time out, but tonight you were back on track. What was the difference?
You gotta have a short-term memory. Sometimes shots just go in, but you always gotta be aggressive and just make the right play.
You're like a cornerback in basketball. That's weird, but it got you a win tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up. Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching tonight's game on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
And an opportunity for these guys to get loose, find the range. We're almost at game time, folks. Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. Hi, folks. This is Brian Anderson. I'm with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. Now, Washington starting five. We've got Sar, Bilal Coulibaly out there with Jordan Poole. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's George in at the four. And for the Raptors, Barrett is the three, and Barnes will play the four. Emmanuel Quickley is out there with Brandon Ingram, and it's Pirtle in at the five, roaming the paint. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Now here's Poole. Pass to George. Outside Coulibaly. Back to George. Just 5 to shoot. There's the three. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Inside, Barrett fighting twice as hard, working through that contact and trying to get a shot off.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw misses.
And with Barrett, we know he can score the ball. Now he must focus on becoming a better passer and facilitator.
He hits the second from the line. 29 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Quickly against Poole. Banked it in off the glass.
Those are 2 tough points from Poole. Great to see him mixing it up down low.
Now here's Ingram. Coulibaly defending. Now Ingram. from behind the arc. Connects from downtown.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Raptors out in front, up by 2. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen from the Raptors, what's your take so far?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
So on the floor for the Wizards, they've got Chris Middleton, Sarr out there with George. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly, and it's Poole in at the point. Hurdle with the bucket.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Middleton outside, down low. Here's Sarr. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Just bouncing off contact. Sarr, man, 2 points the hard way.
Barnes against George. Barnes passes to Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Barrett passes to Quickly. High arcing shot. It's rebounded by Washington. Here's Sarr over Ingram. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Toronto out in front, up 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Fans, direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot. You were so close. Give it up for the participant.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And so Quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. 4-point game. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel Quickly is out there with Brandon Ingram, and it's Barrett in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
Brandon Ingram showing off the ways he can score. You know he's playing well when he's this patient to do so.
Outside Coulibaly. Poole against Quickly. Poole shot is off. And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. He can't hit that time. Middleton outside. Pass to George. Poole outside. Over Quickly. Offline from the top of the key. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Raptors. They're up by 6. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. these teams locked in a very close contest. This fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And so it's Washington with it. They trail by 6. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. George out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Sarr. Then it's Jordan Poole. And it's Koulibaly in at the 2.
Highlight reel stuff there from Jordan Poole.
All right, Grant trying to seize control now.
NBA, if they can convert here, they might be able to close the door.
And that's an intentional foul.
First team foul.
Barnes finds quickly. Poole brings a double team. The 3 from Barnes doesn't go for him.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Outside Ingram. Six to shoot. Takes a 13-footer. And he can't bank that one in. And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. What's the best strategy for him?
A chance to tie it up here.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and Coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
And it's Washington with the ball. Here's Poole. No good!
That is first team foul. At the line for the Wizards, Jordan Poole taking 2 shots.
Shoot
2. He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. It's tied up with that one.
Oh, tremendous composure at the line to tie things up and give them a shot at overtime.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. From Barnes. Oh, it's off the mark. Here we go to overtime. Time expires. We're going to overtime. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here we go. And so off the tip, it's Washington. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. There it is, the 3. Barnes will play the 4. Brandon Ingram out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Quickly from outside. Money from deep.
This is when you need a defensive presence, but it's just not happening.
I'm looking out there trying to find one guy at least interested in playing defense, not that last possession.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys.
If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your move. Way to go, everyone. Let's hear it for you.
Here's Poole. Pirtle grabs a miss.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow.
Oh, man, just
passing it down.
Nice.
That's spectacular. And how about RJ getting a little bit fancy with that one as he flushes it home.
Now here's Poole. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here.
On the court for the squad. We love to give away shirts to our loudest fans. Now is that time to grab a free shirt.
Outside Koulibaly. Back to Middleton. Pass to Poole. Ingram with the double team. And here's George. Washington again can't hit. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
George. That's his second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 2, Scotty Barnes.
Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6. And so both free throws good, and it's a 7-point game.
Some padding here on the free throw line, some good work.
And an intentional foul right there.
And I'll tell you what, this game is in the books. Not quite sure why they're delaying the inevitable by fouling.
At the line for Toronto, Scotty Barnes taking 2 shots.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he's able to hit the second one, and that stretches their lead to 8. So it's Toronto picking up the win. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took just to get to the extra period, and then their surge at the end. Whew.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry.
Confident and ready for action, the Bulls as they headed to the locker room earlier on. The hometown crowd certain to give. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. We'll watch the Chicago Bulls in this one as they go up against the Miami Heat. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. On the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. So the opening lineup for the Heat, Alec Burks is out there with Hero. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Chicago, they've got Josh Giddey. Buzelis out there with Vucevic. Then it's Ball. And it's White in at the 2. And so the tip-off, it's Miami. Pass to Adebayo. Burks against White. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Misses the 3. White down low. Burks covering. And there is White. And that's good on the assist by Buzelis.
You gotta commend the concentration White showed there. He doesn't get thrown off kilter easily.
Hero passes to Burks. Driving inside. A shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Ball surveying the defense. Pass to Buzelis. Vucevic down low. No good with the layup.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there. Right at the rim, but came up empty.
It's all tied in Chicago. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
I really thought that everything seemed to fall into place for them in that first quarter.
Yeah, that was a sharp start, but we've got a long way to go. They're going to have to sustain that intensity.
And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. They've got Adebayo. Alec Burks is out there with Hero. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the 5. And it's Vucevic missing. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Pass to Adebayo. Wiggins outside. 6 to shoot. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. Excellent D there from Ball. We've got 22 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Vucevic. Fades back. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
Man, did they need those points, and I bet he's the guy that continues to go for it.
No question. He has the combination of size and skill to get his shot in these high leverage moments.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls out front, up by 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what has to happen differently on defense in the second half?
Well, a little bit more activity. We just have to be committed to what we do. Our identity to be aggressive, but more consistent with it.
Spo, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We've got Lonzo Ball. Buzelis out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Kobe White, and it's Vucevic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about heat, culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part because they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin, Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player. And I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer. Back-to-back national titles in college. And then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. Fades away. And we just finished the third quarter, and we got a tight ball game here. Bulls lead by 1. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth. Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Alec Burks. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time.
All right, fans, the loudest section in here right now gets free T-shirts.
Sideline reporter David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. Now, Coach was still pretty positive. He told his guys a handful of shots completely changes his game. Just a few good minutes, and we're right there. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
And this is encouraging. Wiggins looking committed to shooting and forcing the D to compromise.
For the Heat, Andrew Wiggins taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
To the paint. Here's Vucevic. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Miami. Bam Adebayo. At the line for 2.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Let's hear it for all our dancers.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. Yes!
Look at that shot. Vucevic not afraid to carry the weight, so to speak, in a tough situation. The team knows they can rely on him. Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
At the line for the Heat, Alec Burks. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game.
Out to White. 3-pointer. Got it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Well, what I want to know, where is the communication defensively?
Well, I can tell you, this kind of defense will drive coaches crazy.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. So here's Burks. And now they foul and stop the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
At the line for the Heat, Alec Burks. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Well, talk about poise under pressure. Buries all of his free throws, and now up 3. They've got to play smart.
So they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. 15 foul. Shooting for Miami, Bam Adebayo. 2 shots.
That's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he is unable to get the second one. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother the road team, home team. All I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Bam, activity on blast tonight. How pleased were you with the performance?
I'm just happy we won. You know, the stats don't matter unless you get a win. So I'm happy we got a win and keep dedicating them to my mom, man. You know, she's my blessing, so she just keeps blessing me for some reason.
Love the love, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hi everyone, I'm Brian Anderson alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And checking out the New Orleans opening lineup. Trey Murphy out there with Zion Williamson. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Murray, and it's Messi in at the center position. And for Dallas, they've got Klay Thompson. Davis out there with Daniel Gafford. Then it's Washington, and it's Irving in at the point. If you like slow-paced basketball, you've come to the wrong place. These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Now here's Williamson. Outside Murray. Just 5 on the clock. A deep three. They get it back. Misi. And the shot goes in.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Now here's Davis. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter here. Here's Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
Murray against Thompson. They set the pick. Beyond the arc. And it's Murray with the three.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. It's New Orleans up by 3. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you think, guys?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And here's Dallas. It's a three-point game. We've got Davis. Kyrie Irving out there with Klay Thompson. Then it's Daniel Gafford, and it's Washington in at the 3, a small forward. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Now here's Williamson. That three's off the mark. Irving against McCollum. Irving, no good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
To the inside.
Physically, there's just no way to match up with Zion, especially now that he can go to the right hand.
New Orleans shooting their initial free throws of the game here.
Williamson, 2 shots.
That's good from Williamson.
Yeah, the physical abilities of Zion are truly next level. His build, his strength, I mean, it makes him difficult to defend and totally unique.
Williamson hits them both. There's 25 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Irving against McCollum. Now here's Irving. Defense right on him. 5 on the clock. Misses from close range.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's New Orleans. They're up by 5. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Okay, they're thinking about the shot. Round of applause for our contestants.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Irving. Second half underway. Here's who Willie Green's got on the floor. We've got Trey Murphy. DeJounte Murray is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then there's Zion Williamson. And it's Misi in at the center position, locking down the middle. And the shot's good by Irving.
Love watching Irving do his work in there. Kyrie's so good and crafty in tight.
Pass to Misi. Now here's Murray from the arc. Davis with a rebound. Thompson right side. Oh, Thompson buries the tray.
Extremely dangerous from that range. That's Thompson's comfort zone right there.
And here's New Orleans now. Outside Murray. There's 14 seconds left in the third. He can't get it to go. It's a tie game in Dallas. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Kyrie Irving out there with Thompson. And then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's P.J. Washington. And it's Gafford in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over the break. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there. Now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
And on the drive, Irvin probably anticipates the foul there or even expects it. He's too sharp to let it surprise him.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line. Williamson passes to Murray. Back to Williamson. McCollum outside. Oh, the trifecta!
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big. Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Timeout called, the Mavericks. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
They're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout. They're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
Knocked away. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. There's 21 seconds left in the game. And it's Irving missing. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Kwai Thompson. First personal foul. Second team foul. DeJounte Murray. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5. And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it.
The 3 from Washington. Oh, gets the 3 to fall. 8 seconds left to play in the fourth. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Third team foul. DeJounte Murray. 2 shots.
Cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And the second of 2 is good. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. 7 seconds left in the final quarter. Irving, the pass to Gafford. Launches a 3. Money! Oh, what a sensational bucket! That brings him within 1.
Man, where's the effort on the defensive end? You gotta play harder than that.
Yeah, you know, it's made for a fun game, but you're right. You're exactly right. I mean, the defense has been non-existent.
And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. and they go to the intentional foul.
Kwai, third personal foul, 14th foul. DeJounte Murray, 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Question is, now can they protect the 3-point lead he's given them?
And so the big win by New Orleans in a tight game. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Zion, this is a team with some outstanding young players with complementary skills. How do you see yourself fitting in?
I think I fit in very well. I think I'm a very versatile player. You can throw me out there with any group, and I'm going to put up, do something to contribute. And I think we're a very unselfish team, so that plays a big part to it.
And any group would be happy to have you. Thanks, Zion.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. So long, everybody.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game. And the task ahead. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA Cup coming up. Great to have you with us. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Bird, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with Jaden McDaniel. And it's Gobert in at the 5. And for the Suns, deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Durant is out there with Nick Richards. And it's Dunn in at the 3 spot. Right, we know these teams among the best defensive squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
Here's Edwards, and Edwards slams it in.
Man, that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact, doesn't bother him.
KD against Randle. Back to Booker, and the dunk by Booker.
Gives the team such a great element, having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving, no doubt whatsoever.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
That is big-time strength from Anthony Edwards. He's got the perfect basketball frame.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the game.
At the line for 1.
Throw good, Edwards.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. Guy plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
And Booker kicks to Durant. A second chance effort. Pass to Booker. Shoots from the corner. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Booker's got his second basket of the game.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Timberwolves lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. On the court for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's Conley in at the point. And Devin Booker in the paint.
That was an explosive move by Devin Booker. Decks it and finishes.
Booker's gone 3 for 3 from the floor. It's Edwards on the wing. He's covered by Beal.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Outside, KD. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Here's Edwards. The second effort. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Pass to Beal. 3 seconds left. The shot, no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Timberwolves ahead, leading by a point. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Edwards with a strong contribution so far in this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Dunn is out there with Durant, and it's Richards in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. And with this score of the Suns, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
And it's Phoenix's ball. passes to Richards. And that one is stuffed right through.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Here's Edwards. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
Well, in pick and roll action, you've got to be aggressive as a scorer. Anthony Edwards with the bucket.
Here's Booker. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Booker's got the lead up to 2 now for Phoenix.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Suns lead by 2. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So on the floor for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Handle out there with Jaden McDaniel. And it's Gobert in at the center position.
Hard work pays off right there. Anthony Edwards finds himself in the paint and draws contact.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Phoenix?
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
I also like how they've played in the painted area. They've made an effort to work on the inside and convert those chances.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Here's Dunn. It's in!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here.
T-shirt could be coming your way. The loudest band picture.
We've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA?
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. He told them he liked the way they were working, but he said we have to really get after it. All we need is a couple of stops. Keep your focus. We'll see if they can close it out. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Anthony Edwards taking 2 shots.
free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
This guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Well, a guard has got to come with physical intensity on the interior, and Devin Booker does just that.
We've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Edwards drawing the double team. Gobert finds Randall. 20 seconds left in the game. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Julius Randle under tremendous pressure with the big bucket.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second team foul. At the line for your Suns, Nick Richards. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was a huge, huge shot. The difference between a 2 and a 3-point lead at this stage is major.
Edwards can't hit, and they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Phoenix, Bradley Beal taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
Here's Gobert. Misses there. So the Suns win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on. But let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
And out on the floor, shaking off the pregame jitters, these guys getting all set for tip-off. Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. So let's take a look at the starters for the Denver Nuggets. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. And for the Rockets, Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Thompson out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the center position. Grant, one thing these teams have in common, they are great at rebounding the basketball.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, it'll be a battle down low. Boxing out is vital. And second chance points may just decide this game.
Thompson outside. That's good from Van Vliet. And the assist by Thompson.
Yeah, look at the strength from Van Vliet. Not the biggest, but wouldn't be denied.
And here's Murray. To the middle. From 8 feet away, Jokic, no good. And Brooks has got the ball here for Houston. There's the triple. Houston gets it back. Back to Thompson. 5 to shoot. Van Vliet scanning the floor. Oh, he sticks that one from 20 feet.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Rockets ahead, up by 4. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Houston's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
On the floor for Denver, getting going in the second. Brown and Porter Jr. are the 2 and the 3. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. And it's Murray in at the 1.
That's a big man down there. I mean, when Jokic gets ideal positioning inside, he uses his size to draw contact.
And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great, Grant.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title, but Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume.
Richard, if you look back at the Rockets' history, it's striking how many all-time greats have worn that uniform.
There are so many Hall of Famers: Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, Calvin Murphy, Yao Ming, Elvin Hayes, and that's only to name a few.
And the second free throw is good. Now here's Van Vliet. Thompson outside. Back to Van Vliet. And he banks in the layup. Van Vliet's got 6.
Well, Van Vliet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Pass to Gordon. The 3-ball. It's rebounded by Şengün. The Rockets on offense. Now here's Thompson, defended by Gordon. Thompson, no good. 17 seconds left in the first half. Porter gets the bucket.
And this is how you execute through contact. Porter Jr. outworking the defense in style.
Here's Van Vliet. He has 6. From deep. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's Houston leading by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Man, one guy's been getting it done, Fred VanVleet.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
VanVleet against Murray. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Alperon Şengün out there with Amin Thompson. And it's VanVleet in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. Now VanVleet. He's got 6. For 3. Knocks it down from distance. VanVleet's got 9.
And this is what VanVleet is known for. A volume three-point gunner who shoots it well.
Gordon on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Cranes the triple. Gordon's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's VanVleet. 9 points in the game. And it's Green missing. Brown passes to Jokic. Jokic finishing through the D.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
VanVleet outside. Over Murray. And that's not going to go. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. It's Denver. They lead by 1. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. And Denver looking at who they've got to start the 4th. Porter Jr. and Gordon make up the forwards. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
The Nuggets want a timeout.
Welcome to the ball, your Texas.
Chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what the Nuggets coach was going over with his team. He was very encouraging with his guys, saying to them, we are still in this one. Don't give up right now. Get out there and let's grab this lead from them. Guys, let's see if the intensity picks up here.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And here are the Nuggets now. They trail by 1. Outside for Porter. Let's go with a 3. Oh, he buried the three.
He wants the ball, has a flair for the dramatic, unfazed in big situations.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen, and you show us your best moves. Let's go. Let's see those moves. Nice try. It's all good.
Houston has possession. 2-point game. Oh, he nails it! And tie game! Huge basket right there. And here's Denver. Murray from outside. Thompson pulls it in.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it. I mean, you have to love the intensity VanVleet plays with in these situations. He's always ready to meet a challenge.
The Nuggets want a timeout. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
A chance to tie it up here.
And you also have to wonder if they'll try for a three. But they'll probably try for a two, but if something opens up outside, I doubt that they will hesitate to take it.
And let's hear it. Team fans, make some noise if you want a free t-shirt.
Three seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jokic in the post, defended by Şengün. And it's Jokic missing. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And Houston has possession. The lead is 2. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Second team foul. At the line for your Rockets, Thompson taking 2 shots.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
And he ends up making the second. And that makes it a 3-point lead. So it's Denver now.
It's all about getting a 3 right here.
We'll see what they draw up. Three-pointer is a must.
This is the trade. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your Rockets, Alfred Chinko, taking 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he does get the second one. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so it's the Rockets who come out on top here. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
And BA, they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Ali LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And now, time for our player of the game, Fred VanVleet.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Tonight, we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. They're down a body tonight, but it shouldn't have too much of an impact on their rotation.
And with that rotation not at full strength, someone else is going to have to step up and fill that role.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. And for Utah, the pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. And it's Collier in at the 1. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now here's Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Collier. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
You have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside. It can add some spunk to your team.
Here's Collier. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. The shot by Sexton, no good. 26 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Dort attacking. Missed inside.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he laid it straight up and in.
Sexton against Dort. Outside, Sexton. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Thunder lead by 2. From the Delta Center, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
So for Oklahoma City right now, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Here's Collier. Buries it from three-point range. Collier's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren the pass to Williams. Back to Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
I mean, sneaky. When he moves around the floor, Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
Here's Collier. Collins passes to Collier. Kessler the screen. He lobs it up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with the terrific feel for each other. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Lays it up off the glass.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thunder out in front. They're up by 1. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. The Jazz on offense. They trail by 1. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. And it's Collier in at the point guard. And that's the group for Will Hardy as they begin the second half. Williams against Markkanen. Holmgren. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Collier. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Collins. Inside. It's stolen by Dort.
You can stay active on defense. Good things usually happen. Right there, quick hands help alter what would have been a sure 2 there.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. 1 second left. No good on that one. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Thunder lead by 3. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. So for Oklahoma City right now, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward spot. And Will Hardy calls timeout here. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Reporter David Aldridge.
Hey guys, listening in with Will Hardy and his team. He begged his players to keep it simple out there. Told them 1 possession at a time. Don't look at the scoreboard. What's most important is running our plays and being aggressive defensively. We'll see if they can follow that game plan. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Collier. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And Utah turns it over again.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
And the Thunder with the possession here. And an intentional foul right there.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Down low, here's Hartenstein, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Markkanen against Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Here's Hartenstein. Williams with a clean look. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you later.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Here's the starting group for Portland. Sharp out there with Anthony Simons. Then there's Abdia. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the 3. And for the Warriors, Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Green out there with Butler. And it's Moody in at the small forward position. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
And it'll be the Trailblazers off the tip. Here's Simons. Here he goes. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
The first good move in a long chess match between these coaching staffs.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
Now here's Pajemski. Left side, Green. Just 5 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And here's Curry for 3. Rebounded by Kamare. Now Portland with it. Pass to Abdia. Ayton with a screen. Abdia against Butler. Here's Simons. Banked it in off the glass. Simons got his second basket of the game.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early.
Oh, it goes! He beat the buzzer!
The NBA never ceases to amaze me.
Unreal. A bomb at the buzzer whips the crowd into a frenzy right at the stroke of halftime.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers out in front. They lead by 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Portland.
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Moses Moody. And it's Green in at the 5. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter. 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I go for it.
Sharp finds Ayton. Simons outside. Ayton, a screen on Curry. Back to Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
Yeah, looking at Ayton using all of his height and reach, slamming it down on a helpless defense.
Curry passes to Green. Back to Curry. Simons with a rebound.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
The shot no good. Green with the defensive effort. And a deep three from Curry. No good on the buzzer beater. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Trailblazers. They're up by 3. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Here with Coach Steve Kerr, your defense struggling to contain them in the first half. How do you remedy it?
We got to get back in transition. We got to make them feel us. You know, they're just running anything they want. We've got to at least disrupt the stuff they're trying to do.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. It's a three-point game. Checking out the group for Chauncey Billups to start the second half. We've got Anthony Simons, Avdia out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe, and it's Kamare in at the 3, the small forward.
Yeah, Ayton has all the physical gifts of a great shot blocker. Size, length, and agility.
Pass to Sharpe. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to go on Draymond Green. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Now here's Butler. 24 seconds left in the third. Off with the layup. Trailblazers lead by 4. Simons outside. Ayton with a screen. Launches it. And Anthony Simons with a 3. Simons has got 7 points.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. We'll be right back with you shortly. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Here's Sharpe. And here's Simons. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Moody is out there with Butler. And it's Green in at the 5. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Oh, Curry with the hustle.
The underrated defense of Steph Curry going coast to coast.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout. clearly wanting to address strategy with his team.
Attention fans, now on the court is your hype squad. Get loud and let them hear it. T-shirt time. The nation who's going home with a free T-shirt.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Chauncey Billups had some advice for the team. Coach was challenging his team to finish this one off. He told them, we've played a great game this far. Let's get to the finish line. Remember to value the ball. They seem locked in, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. On the wing, Simons. Pass to Kamari. They double him with Butler. Sharp passes to Simons. Avdia with it. The three. Here's Ayton. Shot clock at 5.
Capable of guarding any position on the floor, Green's energy on defense really makes an impact.
Here's Butler. Nice D from Avdia. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Jimmy Butler. Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Blazers, Denny Avdia. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Taking care of business at the line, converting on all those free throws helps them build this lead.
And the Warriors call time here. They're behind by 7. Guys, what do you think?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
GS Breakers.
Here's Green. Cash. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And a deep 3 from Curry. Can't connect from long distance. So it's Portland picking up the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. We'll see you later.